hear it in the background though. Where's the link to it? Oh yeah, it is.
I'll be back in a minute.
Blech.
You do sound kind of distorted on this end, Maddie.
I think so, and I think that might just be this room in general as well, maybe.
Oh, she might have set the sound quality of the room low or something in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
You right? Yeah. If you want to increase the
Okay,
audio
why does
quality-
Nightbot not have a response to me saying the word butt? Dang it!
You should probably right-click the audio room and go to its properties and set the bitrate to like 64 or something.
I got bones. Wait, no, I got no brains. Oh, that's
there we go.
Oh, thank you, my ears. Thank you. I got no bones. Wait, I got no brains. It's not I got no bones. It's I got no brains.
Like now I'll deafen myself and check the stream.
I forgot. Oh my gosh! I just now checked my notifications and I found Direwolf's video. It says Direwolf uploaded "Gay coffee is not for pro-lifers." What the heck? Ah! That's mean. Okay, what's happening?
Oh. Huh. I could have sworn I heard it earlier. Because I muted Discord and I switched over and I compared it to another video just to check volume leveling and it was fine. Oh, there I heard something.
Okay.
I can hear.
I can definitely. Well, I can hear you. I'm in Discord. Hold on.
I see what's happening. You probably need to put your microphone into OBS as an input as well.
Yeah, it's only you're not.
The only
You're
issue
not.
with that is you might echo on the other end.
Now,
Only if shit goes to us.
Echo.
How about now? Hopefully
Hello?
everybody can hear me. Alright, yeah, we're working.
okay, as soon as I plugged you into headphones, you went quiet.
Yeah.
Like I can hear you, but you're not loud.
Oh yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you now.
Yay!
You're
Okay.
you're faint. You're kind of faint, but I can hear you.
Alright, I'm gonna turn up the volume on the mic. How about now? Any better? It's gonna take a couple of minutes. It's a Maddie speaking. Alright, yep, still getting used to the OBS and the fact that I am streaming without the thing going, oh hell no. So, yeah, this is pretty much a test chill stream for us to have a little bit of fun. And if you guys want to join, we are in my Discord. Those of you that are high enough rank can join in too.
I was about to do my own stream, so I'm gonna have to be rude and
It's still kind of quiet, but
Yeah.
bow out.
Alright.
I always
But thanks
struggle
for you guys
with
inviting me. I might go to be on the next one if I'm welcome.
Okay, no problem. You're always
same.
welcome.
I would love to.
All right,
You're
appreciate it.
And then yell at Fenrir if he's in the chat. That is my.
Let's see what we got. My levels. Ah, I see what's going on over here. Alright, set
volume is
default for
something
the
I always
microphone.
struggle with.
And okay, because it was going off the webcam. I don't understand why it was going off the webcam, but it was. Okay. Now I am not going off the webcam. Okay. So here we go. Am I a little louder? Now that I am not going off the freaking webcam. Alright, good. Much better. Yay! Alright. Okay, now we can go ahead and finish having our fun here. Alright, hashtag my jack-o'-lantern told me you're watching Slasher Fix. I'm living it. Oh my god. The Swedish chef. To tell you to get the hell off my lawn and leave your candy behind. Those are some really good carvings. Take my Christmas tree down.
Dear Lord.
To wipe that stupid smile off his face. He had a stabbing pain in his head. Oh god, that sounds like something Batman would say.
Does sound like something Batman would say. What the heck is going on?
I don't know. Oh my god.
Okay, I need to.
Okay, that was a carving that didn't work quite right. I don't quite believe my facelift worked. No, I don't believe your carving worked either, because that looks horrendous. Jesus. That sounds like how I would carve a frickin' pumpkin. Do not use the same dentist as he did. Okay. I shouldn't buy a pumpkin drunk. And also that he was a cantaloupe. Oh, really?
Undo new way. Well, my dad's in the computer room, so I'm sitting on my bed right now.
Alright, let's see if we can find some...
Party pooper!
Yeah, let's just see if we can find some cancer. I know where we can go to find the cancer, but I don't know if everybody wants to go to Everyday Feminism.
Oh no.
Please don't.
Please
I
don't.
just got my dignity back. Don't grip. Don't take it away.
Alright.
Dignity?
You have dignity?
Who said anything about dignity?
I know, right?
Oh no, I'm just lying. Makes me feel better.
We have indignity.
Alright, here we go.
I need to look at eye part. I'm working on my character's blank thing so that I finally have a deviant or an icon. It's not.
I'm working on my tongue.
Oh, hey, Batman.
Hey there.
Alright, let's see if we can find some humorous shit
How
here.
you doing?
No, how you doing?
I'm doing decent.
You sure?
Yes.
Alright. It says not cancerous. Let me make sure it's... And it's not centered, because why would it be? Alright, scoot it over. Alright, there we go. Let's see if these actually leave us speechless, shall we? Move this over a little. Alright, here we go. Up!
Beep, beep, I'm a sheep. Beep, beep, I'm a sheep.
Oh, me's are not showing
Alright,
up.
let's see. For those situations, you just need one thing, a one-liner. Put them in their place and flip your metaphorical weave while you find your happy place. Oh my god, why are you still here? Why is there always one Archer thing? Roses are red, violets are blue, I've got 5 fingers, and the middle one's for you.
Oh my gosh, I forgot the light in the eye. Gosh!
The one I prefer is roses are red, violets are blue. I'm fucking your wife. Sucks to be you.
Can you see the fuck you in my smile?
I said I'm fucking your wife. It sucks to be you.
No. Hey Callie, how are you? Hey fuckwad. Hey Mariel.
Hi, Maddie.
Next one on the list. Well, hello.
High voltage.
Oh, commercial. I don't have the energy to pretend to like you today. Wow. I guess those enlargement pills are working because you're twice the dick you were yesterday. Ow. Ow. That hurts. Ugh.
Color dodge. How do you do luminosity on this? Hard light? Hard... What?
I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. Is all your ass jealous of that shit coming out of your mouth? Is your ass jealous of all that shit coming out of your mouth?
It takes 48 muscles, Maddie. It takes 48 muscles to frown.
Yeah.
But it only takes 2 to pull the trigger on the gun that's going to blow the person pissing you off away.
Oh, best expression I've ever heard all day.
Oh my god. The jerk store called. They're running out of you. That wasn't all that great. There are 2 sides to every story, but you're a douche in both of them.
The late 90s called it once it's joke band.
Oh, I know, right? That's another ad.
Was what
another
I
ad.
Okay.
No, please keep your stupid to yourself. I've seen people like you before, but I had to pay admission. Damn. Being a dick won't make yours any bigger.
Mother, what are we getting into?
I put in humor in Pinterest and this is what came up. Being a dick won't make yours any bigger.
Yeah, well, everybody makes mistakes, just like your parents.
If only closed minds came with closed mouths. Oh, I'm sorry. Did the middle of my sentence interrupt the beginning of yours?
Did we just walk into a Hot Topic store and we're looking at all the t-shirts?
That's what it sounds like, doesn't it? I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you. The trash gets picked up tomorrow. Be ready.
Yes, you're right. Your body is a temple to long-forgotten gods.
This is why we got Batman in here.
Here you go. With a Shakespearean tint. Goest and fucketh thyself. Callie?
Why don't you take a long walk off a short pier?
Dying.
We have a chill stream chat for this voice channel. We need you to find us some cancer, please.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I found some. Oh, I can show you some cancer, Matt.
What about this one then? Yeah.
No,
Where must I
I'll
post
go to
it?
Tumblr.
Hey, what about this one then? Yeah, I want to talk to you about a particular subject: sex and travel.
Okay.
Now, fuck off.
Oh God. I love the sound you make when you shut up. Too bad you can't Photoshop an ugly personality.
If
You're
beauty
the
was skin
reason-
deep, were you born inside out?
You're the reason this country has to put directions on shampoo. I wish more people.
Oh yeah, Batman! I found something for you.
Oh? I are not looking at Discord right now.
Oh, you're not. You're not. Dang boy.
I am now.
I'm taking pictures of Tumblr.
There you go. Where do we post it? The chill stream thing? Maddie, where do we post it?
In
So you
the
see-
in the chill stream chat room.
There it is.
Okay, let me find it.
Neil, that freaking emoji, man.
Oh, there it is.
The gigantic, huge ghost with the dirt face. Oh my God. Yay, I can actually do it.
Okay, I
Here
can.
are the monkeys.
I got a couple pictures. I go off of my phone. It's
Oh,
gonna take
yes.
50
I
years to
think
do
you
this.
might like this one, Maddie.
Okay.
I'll just drop it in the chill stream there. There you go.
I'm not saying you're ugly, but if 5 peeping Tom
Where the hell is the
committed
chill
suicide-
stream chat?
Oh my God.
There it is.
That is hilarious. Oh my God, that
Hold
is
on,
just too good
hold
to
on,
be true.
hold on.
I'm gonna put that so everybody can see it. Alright, we need this share now. Somebody is gonna get mad at me because I don't know if Liz wanted to be in on this or not, but I think she's still sleeping. LGB rights, 1995, we want tolerance. 2005, we want equality. 2015, bake the damn cake, bigot. 2017, say my pronouns or go to jail. I'll go to jail.
I would rather go to jail. Quite thanks.
Batman, I'm sorry to say this, but it's true, you're ugly. For the last time, Robin, I'm not a mirror. Oh my God. Dumb friend, there are only 2 genders, male and female. Me, well, I guess my non-binary ass doesn't exist, disappears. Yep, that's cancer, alright. Oh, rules. Oh, gotta read the rules. This is, this is from that other server, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Number 1, this is a feminist and ally. I need my eyeballs. Here we go. This is a feminist and ally Discord. Anyone who is not one of those will be considered a troll and removed from the server. Number 2, no microaggressions are allowed. If you, goddamn, does this woman believe in punctuation?
I told you that earlier.
She doesn't believe in punctuation, spelling, grammar, or the English language.
If you do not
Yeah.
know what that is, it isn't not up to us to educate you. There's so many things wrong with that sentence. Again, you are on a feminist and ally Discord only. 3, no sexist, triggering, homophobic, racist statements are allowed to be said. Will result in a ban. My eye is twitching from this grammar call.
No,
I know.
They don't
I
have any
spazzed
periods
out.
because it's sexist.
Wait, what?
Huh?
They don't have any periods because it's sexist. Because
Well,
only women have
don't-
periods.
Don't forget.
No,
according-
no,
according-
no. Men
according
have
to
periods
don't forget,
too.
according to that highly intelligent woman who was interviewed on the news, breastfeeding is unnatural.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Fuckwad, lack of punctuation is a microaggression against me. Number 4.
Okay.
No attacking any of ARE allies or members in DMs. You will be banned and reported to Discord. Number 5. Do not mistag yourself, please. We go by the honor rule here. We have to trust what you add yourself to. Remember, this is a safe space for everyone, so no hate, please.
So would they have to respect me if I went on there and tagged my self-identified myself as an ancient and evil elder god?
She would probably say no because she says you can make your own roles with pronouns and stuff. And I asked if I could be called bitch/bastard.
And my
Yeah.
pronouns
no.
are turkey giblets.
All right, here we go.
No,
Maddie,
she
you
said
missed one.
no. Oh, but yeah,
missed what I
Callie
posted.
posted.
Go below the Discord role limit.
Gender, huh?
Gender, huh?
He says something
I
about a
just think-
Discord role limit.
Oh yeah, I'm just thinking if they have a
Ignore
role
the
for every
stupid.
gender
Let's
they
continue.
they make up, they'll run out.
Gender
Okay,
Buddy.
what am I
language-
supposed to scream to someone as they walk out of the store and they forgot their shit and I can't
Hey,
scream ma'am or
stupid, you
sir?
forgot your shit.
Yeah, I'll get fired.
Here we go. Gender neutral language around reproduction creates the illusion of dismantling a hierarchy when what you really end up doing is ignoring it. Wow.
Well, Callie,
That's-
what about-
Reproductive rights, feminism,
about-
female
God
body, gender.
Damn it, Ichabod! Everywhere I go, you pop up somewhere. I'm not
but
saying
you
you're
hate going to the toilet
Ichabod!
these days, don't you, Maddie? There it
Sir,
is.
that raccoon haunts me. Okay.
Hey, where the fuck did Ichabod pop up at?
No,
Where
And,
did you pop out
our-
of 5
our
minutes
children-
ago?
Oh yeah, Futter, did you get my thing that I put of you and Rabbit?
No.
Oh, that's cute.
Wait, no, I have a notification here in Discord.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
That
gonna
might have been
say
it.
I'm being bullied.
Open it. Oh
I'm
God.
not saying you're
That's
stupid.
loud.
I'm just saying you've got bad luck. when it comes to
Okay,
thinking.
fine. I just opened it, and I will be friends with Mr. Sakuri.
Okay, that is.
Who is that?
Oh, I didn't see
What?
that.
Other than that, no, I did not get any fucking furry porn from you guys.
Oh well, post
That
it
was
again.
not.
Luke.
That was not what I was gonna send you. Hold on a second.
Come on, boo boo.
Well, if that's not what you're going to send me, should I actually be scared?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, it's adorable.
There we go. Now we have a doggy cam.
You should be very, very scared.
Doggy cam.
We has
Okay,
doggy
can we
cam.
keep-
Doggy
Here's a
cam.
question, because I don't really
Doggy
want to...
cam. I can't see anyway.
Full nobody's interested in
You should be very scared in the joking sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Serious question here.
What?
Can we keep our talk a little bit PG, because I don't want to put headphones on?
Okay. In other words, you got your girls working about.
Or
Yeah,
should I just put
okay.
headphones on?
Okay.
You should just put
Headphones on.
Maddie, can
Yeah, I would put headphones on if you're too scared.
What was that, Batman?
Oh, no,
Can
we
you,
gotta
can you enlarge the dog cam,
Oh, hang on. Let me see.
please?
I would like to enlarge the dog.
Can you make it full
Yeah, he
screen?
jumped off the bed. So the only way I keep getting him on the bed is by giving him cheese sticks, but I don't want to constipate him.
He's gonna get constipated. He's gonna get all coiled up in there.
I know, right?
You got an
Yeah.
hour less 5
Hey.
minutes.
All
You
right.
can do your damn homework.
Guys, I'm gender broken.
All right.
Oh, yeah?
This is your last one. Go get it.
I'm gender don't give a fuck at the moment.
Shut the box.
Like if someone misgenders me, I will confess.
Get the last piece.
No, that's it. We're
There it
done.
goes. Oh, pupper.
That's it. We're done. No more.
Oh,
I'm giving you the box. What are you, crazy?
What? Hey, Maddie, how do you get us to show up there on... Like, did you get your new computer today?
Yeah, and I'm streaming off of it right now through OBS.
Hi,
Maddie?
What do you think she was doing, idiot?
Yeah.
Maddie, you're blocking the dog.
I'm not blocking the dog anymore. I sound.
I like what you got going on with the Discord thing.
Thank you.
How do you do that?
You gotta do window
Very
capture,
Oh my god, guys, it's so cold.
and then you gotta hit Alt in order to shrink all the sides to it. Okay, here we go. Next piece of cancer. I don't like to equate radical feminism with trans exclusionary feminism because while I don't call myself radical, I agree with some radical points, like females and women as an oppressed class. That's actually great. No, it's not.
Hold on, like females
It's
and
so great.
women.
Yeah.
It's so great to be oppressed.
Did
Yeah,
you catch
and
that?
to be
Females and women.
Women and not female.
Right.
They're different.
There is no benefit to being female in our fucking current society, is there?
Yes, there is, but they don't want to acknowledge it.
Drinking
Oh, you wouldn't imagine in America.
so many under drinking tickets I did not get.
Well, no, I just got back to beer, and my new girlfriend is fucking feminist. So
Oh, God. All right, the rest of this post is, and you know that whole thing about abolishing gender, that's actually what transgender activism is about. Decoupling gender and sex, de-gender objects and behaviors, letting people be themselves regardless of sex, that's all radical feminism.
No, it's not.
Fuck.
No.
I think I'm up to stage 3
Tell
cancer.
me now, this is why we don't have aliens. That is not radical feminism. That is cancer.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay, there's one about STEM, gender, and then there's one about...
I was gonna say, I almost said Ichabod for a second, and that could have applied here, but, Futter, how do you keep screwing up this bad with women?
Hold on, half second.
He's from Canada.
He's from Canada, playing Canada.
I was right.
True. Very true. Very, very true.
They're not even a real planet anyways.
Alright, here we go.
I was right when I said that Canada is basically what would happen to the United States if we were all homosexual.
Okay, no. Actually, I was question asked. Sorry, I was interrupted by the girl that's not blue. Or I mean, no, the girl that's not blue.
By me as well, Callie.
The girl that's not blue.
Yeah,
The girl that's not blue.
You're from Wales.
Oh, that's where he's from?
No, but I'd rather be from Wales than Canada.
So we have a Malachite in our chat now, so we got one more person in our chat. Hey Malachite, we're looking at cancer. I hope you got your chemo ready.
Hey Malachite.
You abandoned me.
Alright, let me see.
Answer this question.
What?
I would rather be from North Korea than be from Canada.
No.
Hello, S. Brewer.
I think I gotta go grab myself a beer.
Alrighty.
Grab my nighttime meds and overdose myself on beer and meds and go to sleep.
Okie dokie.
Don't forget, give thanks to God that you're not Canadian.
Yeah, really.
No, actually.
We trigger Futter.
Question, I was very scared when she said that she was a feminist. Until I realized what kind of feminist she was.
Ah, got it. Okay.
Well, I think Rabbit would still be scared of her regardless.
Alright, here we go.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, good night, Darkheart. Sleep good.
Separate things is bullshit.
Alright, so...
Tina, my question is, how much do you have to pay her?
We have a Tumblr post.
Nothing! She likes Star Trek.
Oh my gosh, she's a keeper.
Do you realise there are only actually 2 types of feminists? There's actual feminists and there's women who think that they're feminists but are actually decent people.
You may have to zoom out of the thing or something.
Yeah, I'll work on it. Hang on.
Zoom out of the thing.
Zip.
Real Star Trek or Star Trek Discovery Star Trek?
Oh, she hates Discovery.
She's a keeper. Yeah. Alright, so next bit of cancer, unfortunately,
male,
comes from Tumblr.
And according to my friend, she
is.
Here we go. Gender and STEM fields. I'm non-binary and feminine presenting.
Well, she's non-binary. She can't do everything.
I study software engineering. Okay, she studies it. That doesn't mean she knows what to do with it.
Well, she can't use software because she's non-binary, and let's face it, software is all written in binary.
Damn. There are lots of great initiatives for women in the STEM fields, and for those of us who are too stupid to know what STEM stands for, she has it all written out. Oh, how lovely. Oh, it has it all written out. Sorry. One example at my uni is called 50-50. They do lots of good things. Their politics is pretty radical for STEM spaces. Their politics isn't as progressive as mine, thank God. Their very name hurts every time I hear about it. Oh. Their concept erases me.
Fuck off, Chloe. We don't use tenga here. And I asked to raise a point before you.
Excuse me, but we have to keep in theme with my server. So if you have to say something, you say espresso.
Espresso. I beat you, Footy, you fat.
No! Shut up!
Maddie?
Yeah?
Is it me, or does politics actually have no fucking place in STEM fields?
They don't have...
Fuck you, Batman!
Well, you're gonna say
That
that.
is exactly what I was going to say.
No, it wasn't. You were going to say something.
And that's exactly why we said shush.
Let's see. Women's equality is. Oh, wait a minute. How am I meant to gain equality with me peers if the organizations which are dedicated to equality erase me from every level of their process? Because you refuse to pick a fucking gender. Women's equality is STEM matters, and it helps me to achieve it, but that doesn't stop me from wanting more. I'm so tired. I don't know what to do anymore. Women in tech events feel so close to me because I am not a woman. What do I do? Get your head out. You put your hands around your neck, underneath your chin. You pull up and simultaneously say pop. And when you have dislodged your head out of your ass, you pick a gender and join us in the real world.
That's beautiful.
Maddy, yeah, you better check the stream, the chat. Just commented. No, just under I love my new computer.
In that case, you might need to buy some wipes. You ass. I love you.
Oh my god, this person is naked.
Oh my god.
Maddy, can I have a wrench, please?
Oh.
Can I have a wrench, please?
Yes, I want one too.
Alright, hang on. Let me fix this again.
Oh, yeah.
I posted so you can give me wrench.
I'm doling out wrenches on my old laptop because I know that.
Give me wrench!
Maddy, do not let Batman time me out.
You might want to use two.
You might deserve it at this point if you keep it up.
I'm not going to time you out, footer.
Who else wanted a wrench?
I want dignity.
I do.
Lou did.
I'm not there.
Tally,
Well, if it's free candy, I'll take one too.
If you're a member of my server, I usually rotate the wrenches. So at the end of this particular live stream, the wrenches will be taken away, and then new people will be given the wrenches. Since I have more people than, well, I mean, not everybody can have a wrench.
So what are you doing tonight, Maddy?
Well, I'm not an admin here, so I should get a wrench.
Just chilling.
Ooh, we have wrenches and they do not work.
I'm in one of those gender broken moods where on the one hand I want to wear super tight shirts and so much makeup, but on the other, if anyone calls me she, I will very literally combust and die. She. Damn, you can't hear me, fuck.
She.
I need to sit down and watch a film called She.
Neil, I love the emoji.
Actually, these wrenches do not work.
What do you mean they don't work?
They don't work.
That's because I gave Footer one and you're trying to time him out, probably.
No, I wasn't trying to time him out. I was just trying to remove his comment.
Another Tumblr. Yes, we know. She loves torturing me with these Tumblr posts. Okay, so I have to adjust this thingy again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you should try having two web windows so you can just check one, uncheck the other.
Yeah. I gotta get used to it.
That works too.
Alright, we're about to do it. Hang on. Oof. Oh, we move it this way.
Oh god, I like this one. I'm gonna have to paste this one in.
Alright, there we go. Alright, who wants to read this one?
Which one is it?
The one that is right in front. Yeah, the shiny dinosaur kingdom. The fuck?
Let me see. Well, actually, let somebody else read it. I'm working on. Sorry.
All right. Let's see. The question is, ooh, I want to have. Why do you have to come before you ask the question? Just ask your fucking question. I want to have a discussion about non-binary genders. Okay.
No, you don't.
Okay, the thing I find weird with anti-non-binary stuff is that there's no science behind the subject because there isn't a scientific basis for non-binary people. Now, this does mean that non-binaries haven't been proven to exist, because they don't, but it also means that they aren't disproved. Yes, they are. I know it's the person with the positive claim to provide positive evidence, but there truly is an absence of evidence on both sides. Okay, who wants to read the answer to the non-question that was supposed to be a question?
I don't know. But
is the non-question number 2 all we would?
Yeah, all we'd need. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck this shit.
Well, Maddy, apparently
I will read it.
Okay.
because it shuts Batman up for fucking 20 seconds, which is impossible.
Maddy, apparently you've gone quiet again.
I hear you, but you're low. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
All we need is a study of a few thousand non-binary participants. And we would know if they were faking it or not. But unfortunately, there is none. The closest I could come up with was a study called Altering Gender Guilty? Something like that. A new
Can't even read it, it's so bad.
I know, right?
Syndrome, providing insight into the dynamic plasticity of brain sex. And that was about a type of transgender person who changes their gender on a monthly, weekly, sometimes daily basis. It is also behind a paywall. I need to cite this. Part of the reason why they couldn't find a few thousand non-binary people
It's because they don't
is there's
exist.
such a small goddamn percentage of them. There is not a few thousand of them in these.
Everybody thinks you sound like an aggressive fag thanks to Batman.
Oh, Maddy, check Discord. I've posted something.
Can you
like...
take fucking Batman's wrench away? I'd like to punish him for that.
No. What the hell just happened?
Oh.
Wow, that's a huge mouse.
It is.
Squeak.
No, I meant on the stream.
Okay, this is not supposed to be happening.
You've only had it for one day, Maddy. One
Shut
fucking
up!
day.
I didn't do anything! It's playing music!
Maddy, you've only had it for one day.
Why are you doing your outro?
Why?
Golly, guys, just leave her alone and let her fix it. Good lord.
All I was saying is that you've only had one day. She's expected to make mistakes.
Yeah.
No, it's Maddy. Maddy doesn't make mistakes. She's Cuban.
I made mistakes.
There's
Is that a
mistakes,
good
and then
given?
there's the software having a mind of its own, which it has.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the biggest mistakes she made was actually letting Puddinut on.
Hey,
Maddie broke her own stream.
fuck you, Batman.
Oh.
Hey, Pudda, you don't have to keep telling me your sexual fantasies.
Hey, who would not want to be with us?
Alright, it turned down my levels for some reason.
Oh my god.
Alright, I don't know where the music is coming from. I honestly do not know where the fuck the music is coming
Me
from.
on Discord because I can't keep getting tagged and stuff, and it needs to stop.
I'm not messaging you.
Hello, Lise! NC Took, hey, Breadmaster, BB&J. How are you? If you guys hear music, it's because I have no clue where the hell the music's coming from, so after a couple of minutes, it'll stop. I hope.
Check to see if you haven't got another window open. You might break the pop out somewhere.
Let's see.
Maddy, can I ask you a question about your OBS and your new setup?
Oh, there it is. Alright, yeah.
Like a real true blue question.
Okay.
I was muted this whole time.
Why do you have in place of your camera a picture of a messy bedroom?
Because that's the dog cam, and my bedroom is depicting the fact that I just got the computer and I'm too lazy to put this shit up. No, he's not. He has a mind of its own.
He did nothing wrong.
The bed will be cleaner tomorrow morning for the news show.
Check your DMs, Maddy.
Check my DMs.
Dude, there's an anti-feminist on Tumblr.
What, there's a feminist on Tumblr?
Anti-feminist on Tumblr.
An antique feminist.
Antique.
What are you?
I'm not your auntie.
You're gonna be.
Alright, let's see here. Alright, so do we want to continue reading this cancer, or do we want to go to something shorter?
Something short.
Oh, yeah. Let's go to something shorter. I'm pretty sure I could find you a few people.
We'll be about 8 minutes to go on to the...
Oh yeah, the charity stream for Magnus.
Yeah.
Yep, let me know how that goes, please, because Magnus needs all the help.
Let me know how that goes, too.
I'm just going to have to hide this.
Yeah, there's an even better one on posters under that.
There we go.
Yeah. If Magnus is in there, tell him I said hi.
I don't know if you know this about Discord, but if you click the two little people next to the search box, it'll hide the user list.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I just forgot to.
Okay.
Because I'm a doofus.
There's a user list?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. There we are. And next time I'll have 2 different windows so we can do this in case people keep giving us Tumblr links. Okay, I'm not saying that you're a slut, but your vagina has more users than Facebook and Twitter combined.
There's a better one underneath that video.
Ow! Alright, here we go. Sometimes I wonder if I'm queer. I'm gonna have to open that up in another window because I cannot read it. Okay, if I'm queer enough. Really? You wonder if you're queer enough. Am I allowed to call myself genderqueer when I'm DF... What the fuck is DFAP? It's still present... So present so femme. I like wearing traditionally feminine clothes and I don't mind being called she, her, miss. Okay, that means you're female! Does that mean I don't count? Will others think I'm lying? Should I keep it to myself? I know the opinions of others shouldn't matter, but sometimes it's hard to block them. It's because you need to grow a thick fucking skin and not give a shit what other people think.
Here's an easy explanation for that one. You have a vagina?
Right? Hi, no name.
Or you have a penis?
Bunganger has a vagina.
Right? Alright, here we go. Next one is, I'm not saying she's a whore, but if dicks had wings, her mouth would be an airport. Oh! Oh! Batman! Ouch!
Wow.
Ouch! Somebody pissed in his Wheaties. Alright, here we go.
Is that cutting too close to home for you, Maddie?
Oh my god. The talk. Oh god, no please. That's like 4th level cancer. That's like BLM shit.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to post this one.
What the fuck is this?
We are looking at cancer in my Discord in the chill stream chat.
Chill stream. Okay.
You do know I made an appearance, right?
Yeah, hi.
Oh
my
Okay, Wolfie, you're not.
I had to make that bigger just so everybody in the live chat can see this shit. The look on her face is like, I cannot believe he walking around with a 40, some great Kool-Aid, and some fried chicken and a watermelon. Girl, and he got a boombox too. I'm gonna fuck him tonight.
Yeah, hey, if only you had some trade beads, he'd be a perfect mate.
Right? Oh my god. Girl, I'm gonna fuck him tonight. He got food and music. Shit. My kids, white men who stay in their lane and use their privilege to fight oppression.
Maddie, I hate to say this, but you sounded just like Gazzy Codes over there.
It's really funny how that privileged explained video all the SJWs are sharing around used only examples of class privilege. And that's the one SJWs talk about the least and blame least often. Irony in its best form. That's because they have something called cognitive dissonance. Say it with me, children.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Cognitive dismemberment.
Smiles!
Cognitive disco dance.
Dear white people, no one is saying your life can't be hard if you're white, but it's not hard because you're white. Dear Austin, I'm not saying life is hard for you because you're stupid. I'm saying you're stupid and that's why life is hard for you, honey. I'm not saying she's a slut, but she calls her underwear ankle warmers. Damn, Batman! Shit. Whew. Black lives matter more than white feelings. Mm-hmm. Right. Next. I'm not saying you're a slut, but you were fired from the sperm bank for drinking on the job.
Bro, that was a whole article.
Oh my god. Okay,
I finally finished my GIF and it looks good.
You sound excited.
All right, we are going to. Oh.
I am excited. This is the only positive thing that's happened in my art in the past 24 hours.
Oh, she's having an existential crisis. Y'all, I have to. All right,
What,
here
me?
we go. Matter more than fear.
More white privilege
Delving
pose.
into the cancer.
Oh dear.
Not on the bed. I'm gonna cut that off. All right. Here we are. Oh shit. What happened? Oh, I opened up the picture by mistake, maybe. Or this shit is. These people don't know how to make websites. God damn it. All right, let's try the damn link again. This time, don't hit the picture. Here we go. I think I got the hang of this bullshit now.
Woohoo!
All right, here we are. Accepting and admitting your white privilege is something that is difficult for all white people. It's true that there is great psychological discomfort when facing the truth about your advantage over others who have it much harder. This is often called white guilt, and this post is called utter bullshit. But push past that discomfort and think about the psychological weight that's placed on the backs of all minority people who have to learn about our country's history of abuse by whites against people of color. Think about how that can affect a non-white child opening her or his first history textbook. Think about how the abuse is still happening to this day. Owning up to your white privilege is just a puddle of discomfort compared to the sea that people of color must swim in every day. Once you accept it, you can then begin to fight for racial justice and true equality. And I had to do it in a goofy voice because, goddamn, that's cancer.
I didn't make half sense of it because it.
Okay, and this is me exiting stage left.
Uh-huh.
Have a good one, people.
All right.
Alright, have fun on the stream. Tell everybody hi.
Yep, I will. And if you can't have fun, blame footer.
He left already.
Breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, contrary to popular belief, you can be poor and still have white privilege. Bullshit! Ah, my nose itched. Sorry.
What?
I said, ladies and gentlemen, contrary to popular belief, you can be poor and still have white privilege. Bullshit!
I'm still waiting for my card.
Yeah,
and my
me too.
Yeah.
White privilege
And
is
my
about how,
and my limo.
we think we lost our cards in the mail, Wolfie.
God damn it!
White privilege isn't about how easily you get material things. Oh, gee, I thought that was the whole point of privilege. All right, here we go. Silly voice type. Sometimes your white privilege is being poor, but nobody is assuming you are because you don't look the typical portrayal of how a low-income person.
Bullshit.
It's being able to walk in a store and not be followed around like you're going to steal something. It's walking through a nice neighborhood and not being stopped by police or security because you don't look like you belong in that neighborhood.
It's called dress with a little bit of class instead of like a hoodlum.
Exactly.
Yeah, no hoodlums.
Yeah. Racial issues don't cease to exist for POC because they have money, and a lack of money certainly doesn't exempt you from the perks that come with white skin. If a well-off black man with no record can be racially profiled, finances clearly aren't the issue.
Do they ever look at the facts?
No. That's the
Oh.
That's why it's cancer.
That's the entire point. That they don't look at him.
Right. Is it? Oh God!
I am going to go over there and shove the facts down their throat.
They'll ignore them. They'll ignore them. You know they'll ignore them.
No, I mean literally wad it up in a piece of paper and just shove it down there.
Oh.
Sounds spicy.
There's what about Mexican appropriation?
Oh God.
It's the last one I posted.
Definitely found cancer. See, you are our maven of cancer. All right.
Yay.
Do not make people feel guilty because of their privilege. They had no control over what jobs their parents had. They had no control over whether their parents stayed together. They had no control over whether or not they had their heads up their asses. Wait a minute, that's not the way the sentence read. Sorry, let me start. They had no control over whether or not their parents wanted them. They had no control over where they lived growing up. They had no control over most of their advantages. Do not make them feel like shit because of something they couldn't control. No, I make them feel like shit when they treat me like shit. That's the way it works.
They should feel like shit because they didn't earn it themselves.
Right, exactly. I have 8 now, thanks. You're welcome, Malachite.
Why'd she go outside?
No name. They had no control over their underwear going up their ass. I love my chat. Okay. At Sir Wolfie, facts are racist and science is a construct of white supremacy, says Fuckwad.
Well, of course they are. White supremacy rules the world, don't you know?
Right. Oh, here we go. Another Tumblr post. Hello, I am Windy.
So are you saying Obama put on blackface?
Right?
I don't know, man, but that eclipse meme was hilarious.
Let me do this.
Of Trump eclipsing.
Right? Alright, I'm gonna do this. Hello. Wait a minute. I hit the right button. Why didn't you get... come here.
I was like, you
There
dirty
we
dog.
go. Alright. I'm stream deficient. Okay.
Little clue, I'm only half white.
Honey, I'm all Cuban, and they keep telling me I can't be. Some people keep telling me I can't be minority because I'm white. So you know.
I'm a Heinz 57.
Shit, at last count, I had more minorities in me than I could keep up with.
I'm the most minority.
That can be taken a few ways.
Of the minorities.
Let's see, at last
The
count,
Impression Olympics, it's starting!
Right? Let's see. At last count, my mom said I was Spaniard, Italian, French, Canary Islander, Cuban, Key West Indian, so I'm even Native American in there some frickin' place. And we even have a drop of Chinese. But most of me is Latin American, so go figure.
Well, isn't Dwayne Johnson like 16 different lineages?
I think so. Alright, here we
You
go.
wanna know the funniest thing? The only reason they hired Ali Cravalho or whatever her name is for Moana is like she's a 16th or 32nd of Polynesian. That's literally it. She's not even technically
Wow.
And they just
of
looked
that
out with Dwayne Johnson.
Here we
ethnicity.
go. Hello, I am Windy. Because when your art wears out, I'll always be where you go. General blog for general nonsense. Bisexual, he, him. I love to post things about games, art, and politics. And I have a female avatar, even though my pronouns are he and him. I feel I have come to the conclusion that centrism is an ideology born from a privileged perspective, and I have come to the conclusion that you are full of shit only after reading one sentence. What a coincidence! Only when you have no real understanding of the core aspects of left-right politics, or no aspect of politics feels important to you personally, do you ever come to the conclusion that both sides are equally bad based on a single shared trait while ignoring any other context. Oh, brother. When you have never even once felt the feeling of insecurity from being consistently threatened by members of a hegemonic group.
What does hegemonic mean?
I have no fucking clue.
To Google.
You know what?
Supremacy.
I grew up Republican. I decided to grow a brain.
You don't even.
I wonder if this person believes in hook theory.
I don't know.
Hegemonic masculinity.
Have you ever seen hook theory?
Ruling or dominant in a political or social context.
Wow.
I looked at my GIF on Twitter and it looks so gross because Twitter decided to zoom in on it.
Wow. All right, let's do this. All right, here we go.
It's so pixelated. Twitter, what have you done?
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Hegemonic group.
It's almost as bad as what happened earlier today. Gosh darn it.
I know. I know.
I am the giver of...
I hate when people do this without my permission.
That's why I never, do that shit. If I ask somebody for art, I will either tell them, oh, I absolutely love it, or, well, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. With that little...
Oh, the point is somebody favorited it, so we're all good.
I'll take what I can get. I'm selfish,
right,
man.
Here we go. Who believe in an aspect of your personal being which you can't control is inferior to theirs and deserving of eradication, do you go out of your way to point out how we care too much? You care too much about imaginary genders. You care too much about men sitting with their legs spread apart. You care too much about men explaining shit to you.
But
care
men have
too much
cooties.
about shit that doesn't matter, that your brain implodes on a daily basis and your brain cells go on strike. Seriously.
That's literally what happens every single time. They just...
Exactly. Every time they have a microaggression, I can hear their brain cells go, fuck this shit, I'm out. Only when you have never experienced the startling uncertainty that comes from being randomly pulled aside from an institutional official over suspected wrongdoing based on nothing but your appearance that is acceptable to your cultural standards do you go out of your way to point out how this is an individual failing and not a larger scale problem of the institution. What is... Oh, I swear to God. They find a problem in everything. What is the problem of being objective, being in the middle, weighing both sides against the middle, and coming out with what you feel is the best outcome for the situation?
You have to be on one side or the other. You're not allowed to be in the middle. You're not allowed to agree with the right sometimes and the left sometimes. You just have to be only on one side for everything.
And you're not allowed to even not care.
Wow. Only when you are living in a completely comfortable lifestyle under an institution that in your mind can do no wrong for anyone despite history and current events consistently providing otherwise for everyone else to do, you lash out and or enact performative bafflement as someone complaining about the reproach. God damn it, you're president.
That was one sentence.
That was one sentence with only one comma in it.
Where are the commas?
I don't know.
There are two.
Where do they English?
There's one comma. Oh no, there's one after that. And there's one after in your mind. You're right. And the rest of it just runs on forever until you run out of air, apparently.
Commas are probably transphobic or something because they put a separation between two things.
Commas are, don't you know, like, commas are, like, oppressive to, like, freedom
commas
of thought
are
and, like, stream of
oppression.
consciousness? Because you can't stream your, like, lack of consciousness when there's a comma in the way because you have to stop.
That hurts.
I'm gonna murder a man.
Commas remind me of little dicks.
There's a reason why this ideology is dying in this day and age, because it's no finer way of saying nothing happening affects me personally, so nobody else should care because I don't get it. That's not what centrism is about. You clueless. I'm never going to be able to prove this, but I have a theory. Most of these people are this stupid because they suffer from a severe case of lack-a-nookie. Okay?
No name, they do not have brain cells.
Don't nobody want to stick their dick in crazy, and these people sound crazy all the time. So. Alright. Oh, we gotta do it this way. There we are. Now we have this sort of in full view. Stuff happens. That's the G-rated version. No shit. That's a bumper sticker that only a straight, white, upper middle class male could have made. No. Because anyone who isn't straight, anyone who isn't male, anyone who isn't white, anyone who isn't upper middle class knows that stuff doesn't just happen. Shit happens all the fucking time. You get over it. Stuff gets done by people to people. Nothing is a coincidence. Nothing is random. Nothing isn't... This isn't osmosis. What the fuck does osmosis have to do with a completely spontaneous event?
Stuff doesn't just happen. It's all a massive engineered system that's designed to keep them down.
Right, and so we act as if...
Okay, can I read this for osmosis? Osmosis, a process by which molecules of a solvent tend to pass through a membrane from a less concentrated solution to a more concentrated one. The process of gradual or unconscious assimilation of ideas, knowledge, etc. I'm assuming they mean the latter.
Yeah, but it still doesn't make any sense in the context of something that's spontaneous.
True.
I mean, their brains are mostly liquid, so they could be in the former.
Hey, brain soup. I want you to admit there is such a thing as white privilege.
Rabbit, I hate you. He commented on my thing, so pixelated.
I love you, Lou.
Alright, here we go. Alright, for Halloween, I want to be something really scary. How about a rich white man with unchecked power? How about your husband? How about you? Because that sounds really scary to me.
This one looked fun.
Oh no. You're gonna kill
What
me
have you
with
done?
Tumblr cancer, I swear to God.
It's Tumblr.
Of course.
Of course. Because she lives on Tumblr. I don't know how she lives on Tumblr on a daily basis and doesn't contract stage
I
4
used
cancer.
to be on Tumblr so much. I was in fandoms. We had a fun time, but then the people came and ruined everything.
Right, because feminism ruins everything.
It wasn't even just feminism. It was mostly non-binary stuff, and I was like, okay.
Feminism, fandoms, and non-binary.
I just kept saying, and I really don't like it when you say I don't care. Like, I don't know who the fuck you are. I'm not gonna care.
In what extent do I have to care? I don't want to care this much.
Around their freaking living rooms at night at their laptops counting their impression points instead of living their fucking lives not giving a flying fuck about anything.
Today my mom said white privilege doesn't exist anymore because everyone uses the same bathroom.
Wild. I don't understand oppression very well because my understanding is we all vote, work, and go to school. I worry about the same things you do. Oh, here comes the comma splice. It concerns me that BLM actually do want revenge on my children. White men don't get preference in a job or school to fill a minority quote like you. That's quota, stupid, not quote. And women do though. There'll always be racism, but how are you oppressed solely on race? That's the wrong solely, honey. You really need to check a dictionary. White people are still treated as superior. White people get preferential treatment to non-whites. That's the truth. Not really. In a world where one skin color and one gender are seen as superior, someone else has got to be inferior, right? Minority groups. People who... Is this supposed to be poetry? Because this sucks. People who aren't white and male are called minority groups. That speaks volumes. I support Black Lives Matter. Right. Black Lives Matter is about reminding people just that. Black Lives Matter. Not more than white lives, not instead of, as well as. It's that simple. Movements which strive... Then quit fucking shooting each other! If your fucking lives matter, then quit shooting each other.
Catch y'all all later.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, let's see here. Movements will strive for... Okay, so movements will strive for equality or nobody's enemy. Movements trying to end racism should not be ignored and made out to be a threat. They should be listened to. But why are they protesting just for black lives? Why don't they say white lives matter? Because white lives matter is a given. Everybody knows that white lives matter. But somehow they seem to have forgotten that black lives matter too. That black lives are just as important, in all caps, as white lives. Because black lives are being taken just because of the color of their skin. Bullshit. White lives are not. Open your eyes. There's no smoke without fire. Racism is not just a way of life that will always exist. People
Taking
are dying.
just because of the color of their skin,
Right.
does that mean that their pelts have value? Like, what's going on here?
Right. Children are being murdered. It's not okay to normalize or minimize this. Racism does not need to exist. It does not need to be a part of everyday life. People are not born racist. Racism is a flaw in today's society, not a foundation. And here are some links, blah, blah, blah. Okay, excuse me. Children are dying. That's because when there is a drive-by shooting, the bullets go through the house and usually hit what? The child sitting there quietly doing their homework or sleeping. Because you people can't behave yourselves. And I know I sounded racist as fuck there. I'm either going to get in trouble for sounding racist, because I sounded racist right there.
I'm a racist despite being literally of a certain ethnicity.
Right. Imagine being black or brown and thinking the world owes something to you. No, well.
Too late.
Too late. What was that one song? The world owes me a living. That they used to sing in old cartoons. I think that's what it was. The world owes me a living. The world don't owe you shit. You gotta earn it. honey. The world don't owe you no reparations. The world don't owe you no apology. The world don't owe you no fucking education. You have to go and get all that shit yourself.
Reparations.
Reparations, honey. They're reparations. Let me tell you about the reparations. Oh, God.
And one more person sounds like Gazi Kozo in that, I swear I'm going to blow up this entire church.
Sorry.
Don't.
I hate comparing
please.
human tragedies. All right, here we go. I hate comparing human tragedies, but the mainstream media makes you do it. No, I don't. You do it because you choose to do it. Listen to the number of people killed in Somalia yesterday was more than 10 times more, 230 plus. Rather, 300. You don't know how to count, honey. I covered that. Then the number killed in the terror attack in Manchester in May, 22. 230, actually 300 plus, to 22. Yet there are no slogans claiming we are Mogadishu and no catchy images floating because they've been infighting for years. Where you been?
In gender studies class.
Gosh, Maddie, be more sensitive.
I mean, it's like
Stop waving your white supremacist privilege about.
Look,
Jesus
nobody
Christ.
sits there and compares the death of Israelis to these people when Israelis have been and Pakistanis have been at each other's throat for how many decades now?
Why are we comparing the number of deaths that like Chinese children are facing compared to the number of deaths that Japanese elderly people are facing?
Exactly. They like to compare
Because
shit
it's stupid.
Exactly.
Because these people are stupid.
Hashtag people die every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yet there are no slogans claiming we are Mogadishu and no catchy images floating around social media demonstrating solidarity. Most shamefully, there is little mainstream media attention documenting the ungodly death and devastation in Somalia's capital, and certainly no television specials or emergency fundraisers providing aid. None and none and none. We get it. White and Western, European, and American victims merit the media attention, and the public alarm is spurs, and black and foreign, and African and Muslims do not. This is institutionalized within mainstream media, social media, and elsewhere. And the implicit message rendered by this lack of coverage is that this brand of terror is indigenous and common to places like Somalia, African and Muslim majority countries at large. You're hitting the nail on the head and you don't even fucking know it. Hey, Porpoiseful. Hey, Mitch. If you guys want to jump in, we're in the Discord. We're actually in the Chill Stream chat.
Come play with us.
Yeah.
Somebody joined.
Come
Oh,
get
yeah.
cancer.
Porpoiseful is in here.
Okay.
Porpoise.
Porpoise.
It's a porpoise.
And he's going to leave here.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're reading this cancer. Okay, this is an expected effect of structural Islamophobia and anti-black racism that deserves critique in both middle fingers. But so do our own, who swiftly rush to express solidarity with European and American cities, but stay silent when terror of an even greater scale strikes cities that are predominantly Muslim, black, brown, and poor. The same media channels that pressure you, me, and us to claim I am Manchester or I am Las Vegas. Oh, you got that wrong, by the way. It's Las Vegas Strong, honey. At least get it right, okay? Get the phrase right if you're going to phrase it, okay? It's called Las Vegas Strong, okay? Get it right. Preempts the mere possibility of doing the same for places like Mogadishu. So, F it. I am Mogadishu. Huh. How virtue signally of you.
How virtue signaling him.
He's signaling me. I'm still coughing. Well, you hear me coughing. For those of you just tuning in, this is the first successful stream of me using OBS on my new computer to make it look all pretty and shit. And yes, I christened my computer with a hefty dose of cancer, so I hope you will forgive me.
This is the first thing that happens.
That's the first thing that happens. A healthy dose of cancer. And I am joined by the
My parents cannot get mad at me for that because it's the actual name of the person.
Right. And I am joined by the maven of cancer herself, Miss Callie, her friend Lou.
Do I sound like I'm coming out of my headset or my microphone?
I honestly can't tell. It sounds fine to me.
Yeah, it sounds fine to me.
Okay.
So we have...
it either sounds fine or like a garbage can. So if it doesn't sound like a garbage can, we're good.
I honestly can't tell because I've never heard the difference. So
we have
you're good.
We have a Callie, a Fuckwad, a White Rabbit, a Lou, a Neelk, and a Porpoiseful in the chat. So there you have it.
I snuck in uninvited.
You snuck in on.
No, you didn't. You were invited.
Yes, you were invited.
Don't even try. Well, yeah, she told us to hop in if we wanted, you idiot.
Oh.
That's an invite. I said I needed
You
more
are
people.
invited. Holy crap, Callie.
What?
Over 16 messages of cancer. What?
Jack T. Ripper. Hail all the Rippers. Yeah, we got a Jack T. Ripper in the chat. Alright, and we're delving further into the cancer. So do we want to do white culture is getting distracted, or do we want to read this post?
Supply.
Huh?
Wait, white people have culture?
Yeah, white culture is getting distracted. Apparently, we're easily distracted, and so is our culture.
Well, it's not inherently untrue, but the fact that people are saying that like hair is the fact of that we're distracted is this is new to me. I was under the assumption it was decades and decades of like mass media consumption, but I guess.
Ninja's cameo. Okay, so you're a ninja. We're not supposed to see you. So what are you doing on the internet?
When I had a mohawk, everyone wanted to touch my hair.
All right,
especially small children.
Diving into the cancer.
Like, oh, your hair's so cool.
Come on, just this part. Thank you. All right, white culture is getting distracted or uncomfortable around hair that isn't as straight or thin or light as yours. Now we have curly hair privilege. Fuck you. White culture is saying something borderline racist and looking to the one black person at your table. White culture is saying Obama only got voted in for being black. Well, truthfully, that's probably the reason he got voted in, because he was really crappy. White culture is saying I speak well and saying you know when I ask why. White culture.
Not everybody says that, and can I cut in here? Can I cut in here for a second and tell you guys something that one of my friends told me?
Yeah.
Well, you already are, so you might as well continue.
Correct.
Excuse you?
Wrecked.
Okay. But yeah, they someone was telling me like people how people she gets angry how people constantly use the word y'all, and she's like, black people probably appropriated that from Southerners because that's technically, a Southern thing, is what my friend was saying.
Yeah, it comes from the draw.
Yeah, it comes from the drawl, and people take that and they don't talk about appropriating that at all.
I was just going to say that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
I don't want to. I'm not speaking white. You can't make me, huh? Are you sure about that?
You can't culturally appropriate white culture because it's the dominant culture.
Exactly.
Oh, white people have no culture.
Right.
It's
Apparently we
systemic
don't have any culture.
and oppressive.
All right, here we go. White culture is saying something is racist just because the teacher called on you or you failed a test. White culture is touching my hair and asking if I wash it because it's so rough. White culture is thinking just because you know me, you can call me your N-word. I ain't saying that word on my stream. What culture is saying? White culture is saying I am into black girls and expecting me to be relieved. White culture is saying I am only into light skins. White culture is labeling me as the black one. White culture is not knowing your Cuban privilege, not knowing your own privilege of not fearing those who are supposed to be protecting us.
Wait, hold on. Can we go back just a little bit?
To what?
Can you scroll just a little bit there?
Okay.
Let me see. White culture is saying I am into black girls. Oh, you moved it.
Where is it?
Where'd it go? I'm lost.
You know me. There it is. Bink. I put it in blue.
I still don't see it on my end because I'm watching your stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hear something in the background.
Okay, white culture is saying I am into black girls and expecting me to be relieved. Is that the expectation there? Because my girlfriend is half black, which is why my fellow Aryans outcast me and say I'm a race traitor. But regardless, who expects someone to be relieved by saying I'm into black girls, or I'm into black dudes, or I'm a black dude and I'm into white chicks? Like,
no clue.
Like, really?
I think that's the way they're doing it nowadays.
I would get into half the stuff that is on like workplace stuff.
I'm into
I'm not going to begin to get into the amount of stupidity that is in them.
Let's ask this the other way around. Black culture is saying I am into white girls and expecting me to be relieved.
Yeah, see that then they would say you're being
Stings
racist.
a little bit, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck these people. Oh, they're so backwards.
They are.
Race baiting bullshit.
And
Yeah,
they
it's
excel
like,
at race
I always have
baiting.
to ask somebody, like, what is your double standard? Like, why do you have to do this? Because did anybody see, like, Saito Network on Twitter, like, talking about that one, quoting that one chick with, like, all the, do's and don'ts for Halloween? Like, okay, so
I actually bought 10
and
and
she
Frank
said
costumes just because of that.
Huh?
I said I actually went out and bought 10 Anne Frank costumes just because of that tweet.
Well, no, she has like a thread of like 40 replies to herself, and it's like, that's dedication, but that's also racist.
That is not having a life, is what that is. That's just
That is not having a life. That's being racist, and that's
I'm telling you, that's
stupid dedication.
That's an acute case of non-fuckitis brought on by not having any sex on a regular basis. It messes with your damn sense of being and how you think. You know, the more acute cases you have, you know, the most acute cases to date include Christy Winters, Chrisiosity, Michael Rowlands, and one more. I'm missing one more. Kevin, what's his name? Kevin Logan.
I want to say it's like that one feminist, I think that responded to Jeff Holiday, was one that people keep forgetting. She really doesn't have anything in her life.
I mean, right? These are people...
like raping feminists or something, I don't know.
I mean, these are people that couldn't even pay for sex. I swear to God, because as soon as they open their mouths, all bets would be off, refunds would be given, and they'd be kicked out the hotel door.
The prostitute wouldn't want them.
No, the prostitute would not want them. I don't know if this is the right place. Yeah, I don't know if this is the right place to ask, but I don't know of any blogs specifically for this kind of question. I'd like to write a world without racism. I'm white. It's my place to write this narrative. Is it my place to write this narrative? By doing so, would I be denying that racism happens in the real world? No.
No.
Yeah. I'm not the right person to answer this question either, really. I'm pretty darn white. I'm going to throw this out for my followers. Please contribute if you have something to say. I'm a dumbass, and I'm saying it right now. I'm a dumbass. Nah.
What was the website I was just on reading? The White Project or Whiteness Project or something like that. And it was a bunch of like white people come together and they tell their stories, you know, about whiteness or whatever.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it was funny to say the least. It was funny and sad, you know, one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I one of the last stories I read was someone said something like, you know, the short of it is we had a black babysitter growing up, and we all would go out to walk. And one day we were in the street and we found a dog, and me and my brother, being the white people that we are, we went up and pet the dog, and we were happy and playing with the dog. We turned around and noticed that our black babysitter was scared and uncomfortable, and we asked her why not, or why she was uncomfortable, why she would come play with the dog, and she said because she's been told that dogs are mean to black people, and they were once used by slave owners to hunt black people and all that other stuff. So therefore, by that story and my emotional appeal, I understand that black people have it different. So I read that, and I was like, first I asked myself, the same question I always ask myself, are people this fucking stupid? And then I quickly answered myself, yes, they are. So the whole basis of the argument is that you know, race exists because white people can just run up to dogs and black people can't, because they were told a story a long time ago about how dogs were used against people that weren't them.
Seriously, why would you tell that? Okay, no. Why would you tell that to your own child? Why would you actually say that to your own child?
That's my point. It's not the dog's fault that you're scared of it. It's not people who are long since dead, or they're not the reason you're scared of it. The reason you're scared of that dog is because your parents taught you to be scared of that dog.
It's disgusting.
Who's perpetuating racism?
That's disgusting.
It's terrible parenting, honestly.
It is. It's absolutely horrible fucking parenting. I hope you guys can hear me.
That's not just horrible parenting, that's abuse.
It is. I mean, you can't sit there and raise your children with these preconceived notions because they're going to grow up fucked up.
Yeah, and then blame it on other people. Blame it on people who literally had nothing to do with this story that was in the past that you just decided to hand down because reasons. Like
exactly.
Like you guys, we've all heard the Romeo and Juliet thing, right? Where the two families were feuding, and they've been feuding so long that nobody knew who started it. Like that's like the situation we have here with the race, and it's not going to end until people just stop fucking perpetrating it through bullshit.
Well, exactly. I mean, exactly.
Or we just need an interracial couple to go and kill themselves.
I'm gonna kill you.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Now we do this.
Rabbit, I'm serious. Please stop. Please, I'm begging you.
I said like one thing on the stream, so.
And every single thing that you said has somehow been wrong.
Damn. This is wrong.
You not.
Alright, here we go. I don't know why there's two of these now, but hello. Alright. Oh, I hate these transparent fucking pages. Alright. You can't see this. For some fucking reason.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't see this one. This one isn't coming up because even though it's white on the browser, it's actually clear. I think I know what I did wrong. Okay, hang on. Whoa. I think I know what I did wrong. Let me take this and remove it. Add window capture.
Yeah, the transparent can be really useful for widgets in a stream, but it sucks on normal websites.
There we go. I went to window capture instead of browser source. Alright. Alright, there we go. Window capture instead of browser source. So let's see why she's waving her shit around like her shit don't stink. Probably because she doesn't think her shit stinks, even though we probably are going to discover very quickly that it does. Okay. And Anonymous asked... Yeah, Anonymous asked, I'm white. That's not a question. My biggest problem with the whole race issue... My biggest problem with the whole race issue is the fact that anytime something horrible happens, it becomes down with the whites. I'm sorry the white people of the past did horrible things, but I can't change my skin color just like they can't. And to destroy the statues of these men because their attachment to enslavement is like whitewashing the past. We all have to acknowledge the past, learn from it, and not repeat it. We can't erase it because that erases the lessons we need. You didn't ask a fucking question. It's Anonymous asked, not Anonymous stated. Follow the freaking prompt. Because you have those of us over...
To be fair, some people do actually ask those kinds of questions in the ask box as if they're actually questions when they're not. They really are not.
They're not. That's one of the reasons why I left Twitter long ago.
But you just gotta know these people are on Tumblr. They're very, very stupid. You have to forgive them.
Yeah. Hello, Mole. How you doing, Mole? Okay, there are so many things wrong with this message, I don't even know where to begin. Okay, if you think there's something wrong with the question that's not a question, the only thing I found wrong is that it wasn't a question, and that apparently you have your head so far up your ass you can give yourself a free colonoscopy.
Those are not fun, I bet.
Probably not. But that's the quickest way to find a colon, is to see how limber you are and how far you can stick your head up your own ass. You'll find a polyp sooner or later. Number one. Number one. No need to tell me you're white. I got that loud and clear from your message. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta change the accent here. I'm sorry the white people of the past did horrible things. Did you think racism stopped when slavery was banned? Racism is happening right now, today, where you are. The fact that you are as as a white person have made a conversation on race about yourself is proof racism is still real and destructive. Nobody holds you personally responsible for slavery, but your flippant dismissal of it as one of the greatest stains on human history and your refusal to understand racism is real and present today is inexcusable. If you aren't actively fighting against racism, then you're letting it happen.
Please notice it, please notice it, please notice it, please notice it.
Go ahead. That means you noticed it. Go ahead.
You just read number 2, bullet point number 2. Now, if you could just continue on in sequential order to bullet point number 4.
Number 4? Right? She can't even count.
Hold on, I gotta go read this one.
I are educated. Bullet point number 1. Bullet point number 2. Bullet point number 4. I are educated. Mitch caught it before we did. Mitch saw it before we did. Mitch typed it in the chat. His eyes probably twitching.
So the point go 1, 2, 4.
4, right? 4.
Mitch, shut up.
Right? I can't change my skin color just like they can. No one's asking you to. You have entirely missed the point of the racial discourse. All they're asking is for you to be conscious enough of the world around you to know that you benefit every day from being white and that you have to use that to support people POC. See, that was fucking redundant. Have you ever had your job application thrown out because of your name? Have you ever been turned down for a job because your natural hair is unprofessional? Have you ever been scared to walk past a policeman because your skin color makes you a target? No. The difference here is that the worst thing that has happened to you because of your race is that you might get called a name. The worst thing happening to POC because of their race is murder. There's a bit of a difference there.
You want to know what I just realized?
What?
Okay, one thing, I have been scared to walk in time. That is not exclusive to just anybody. And second, Mitch the Ripper just screamed Lopez in the chat.
Yes, it's a running theme for his live streams. Lopez and diabetes.
Mitch, stop.
Yeah, right? Lopez and diabetes. 5. As my dear friend said when I showed her this message, if she's taking it to heart, then she feels guilty. Why are you getting angry about the minor way y'all being affected by this? The thing you should be getting angry about is the people who are being murdered for their skin color and the rise of mainstream politicians who are openly and proudly racist.
My brain.
Is it the accent or the post?
What about the people who are being killed because they wore the wrong color shirt that day?
Right.
Fuck them, right? They don't matter.
Right, they don't matter. Number 6. Here we go. Hey, Mitch.
Oh, dear Lord. Here we go.
All right. The last little bit here. Number 6. The argument that taking down the statue is erasing history is quite frankly bullshit. If you actually want to remember a terrible event in history, then you should always take the side of the victims. In Germany, they don't remember the war by putting up statues of Adolf Hitler. They have memorials to the victims. If you want to remember slavery, put up a statue of Harriet Tubman. Statues commemorate icons, and these men are not icons. They shouldn't be glorified with permanent memorials on government property.
That actually plays really well into a conversation I just had with somebody, but I don't want to bring up the JQ here on your channel or anything.
Ah, okay. But
So discount Robin Gibbons here. is waving her purse.
No, I think that's supposed to be Rihanna waving her purse in a gif saying "excuse me" before the generous queen gave her answer to the non-question.
So now to be fair, does anybody here would anybody here be legitimately triggered or opposed to a statue of Harriet Tubman?
No.
Okay, I mean I didn't think so.
Well, that's a funny thing.
Do we? Now here's a follow-up question. Do we have to tear down other statues in order to build statues of Harriet Tubman?
That's what I'm getting at. Why don't you chicken shit instead of tearing shit down? Try building something for a change.
Just because Harriet Tubman wasn't inclusive enough, we need to tear her down.
That's labor, Mitch, and labor is oppressive.
Okay, Maddie, I will say that once are you done reading this yet, or?
Yeah, I'm done reading the cancer.
Okay, can I ask you to scroll all the way down in our chill screen?
All right, hang on.
And read my small response, or at least have it on screen for a little bit.
All right, hang on.
Because I did respond to this girl.
Oh, I bet you did.
It wasn't a very long one, but I like to think I did my job.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Hang on. All right. Yes, we're gonna have to read this master passes. All right. The salt.
Like 2 things. Okay. No, you may have to click on it.
Hang on.
I don't know what you're doing, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to find the thingy. Finding the thingy is.
Well. I have not changed my Tumblr layout for a while, so I need to work on that one.
Maybe.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. All right, here we go. The can.
Very purple.
Are you?
I'm trying to change it. It's been a while. Okay.
It's very purple.
I like my things dark like my Black Dead heart.
But it's purple.
It's still dark.
Ah, fuck it. Let's hide this thing and get the other one up. All right.
Very, very purple.
Yes, we know, Mitch, but we love you. God damn it! What the hell? Okay, let me try this again. I hate it when it does that shit.
No name required said, what, people never get harassed by the police? Have they ever heard of the mafia or the bikers?
Of course not. Of course it's not.
Everyone's got the police thing wrong. The police are not targeting black people. The police are targeting people that they think are soft targets. The police are targeting people that the police believe will be easy to control, easy to manipulate.
And
basically,
here we go.
They're targeting people they believe don't have resources to fight back. It's really funny though when you start.
Okay, that I might agree with, because that does have some basis. That can be like factually back.
That's cute. This whole long post, and our lovable Lou responded with, "I noticed y'all went from 2 to 4. All I got is this."
Well, that's the kind of weakness I'm talking about.
No, are you guys looking at this?
Yeah, that is great. Love it. See?
Notice y'all went from 2 to 4. All I got is this.
Yeah, total echo chamber. That's
Oh my God. The cancer is real.
It's funny how the police stop and think a little bit once you start turning their tactics around on them.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't know what to do now. They have you could actually see the wheels turning behind their eyes, trying to figure out how to get themselves out of the little trap they've set for themselves.
Okay, hang on. Hold this side.
When in doubt, Paula Colombo. That's all I gotta say.
Yep. All right, there we go. Now it's working. Every once in a while, the stupid Alt button does not work. All right, I'm gonna leave a little bit here because when I do this, now I have to. Oh God. Okay. I will get the hang of this sooner or later.
Did you see a video where like their cop had a panic attack and just like started shooting in a random fucking direction towards like a bunch of
Oh my gosh!
No, I
oh my gosh, Maddie, I found more stupid.
Oh God. You know it's endless on the internet, right?
Not more.
I don't know what this is, but it's beautiful.
Oh God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's like this pepper spray, but it's not. What is that?
You're killing me here. What the hell?
What
is that shit?
It's supposed to be like pepper spray.
Oh.
Wow. A dye pack for rapists. Apparently.
It says attackers staying for up to 7 days. Is it supposed to be like a shaming tactic? What do you expect from these people? Shame?
Right.
You might have raped me and brutally beaten me, maybe even killed me, but you know what? I made you go take a shower. Yeah, vengeance is mine.
It doesn't help that when I go to the original post, there's these little rainbow cats bouncing around in space.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can say the person who raped you is over there with red face.
Culturally appropriating the Native Americans.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking. Now we're gonna have a political movement headed up by Tonto.
I found a white privilege poem.
Oh no.
Oh Lord.
All right, you're gonna have to read it because my voice is getting tired.
I have to read
I think my throat's going on strike from all the cancer.
I have. Let me see here. White Jimmy, a poem by Tuela Bera. White Jimmy attended his first day of school today. Sat in the back. He wasn't gay. He merely felt like he was under attack. Black gay women are power. Black gay women represent our nation boldly. Black gay women on every poster, every banner. Black gay women are the country's majority. They all laughed at him. He's just so fucking pale. I bet he likes to watch girls swim. Likes white girls as thin as a tail.
What?
That's weird. White Jimmy didn't care what they had to say. He knew he could never get a job like them. He was a living stereotype anyway, working hard all night till early a.m. White Jimmy never crossed that bridge. His skin was paper white. He had no privilege. He had no birthright. White Jimmy sold drugs to survive. He said he didn't care when they gave him the finger. His classmates were all surprised how he took a nosedive when he pulled the trigger.
What?
That sounds like the most emo thing I've ever heard in my life, and I've been through middle school and high school.
It's a white privilege poem.
Sounds to me like White Jimmy was on the Ritalin.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's see if this helps with the echoing. Can you guys still hear me?
You know, they never talk about all those shooters that are on brain pills.
They really don't.
Well, they're actually trying to blame the whole Las Vegas thing on Paddock because he was prescribed lithium.
Always with the mental deficiencies.
Yeah, we can't figure out a motive, so this time,
Right.
we're
Right.
blaming on the drugs. Just this time. Don't you
Right.
guys get used to this?
Yeah.
Here's an off-the-wall kind of a question. Do you think Black Lives Matter would have been a more successful movement if they had gone with Black Lives Matter too?
Probably.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe if they actually believed in what they preached.
I mean, then it at least would have come off as inclusive, wouldn't it?
Well, it would have come off as inclusive. I wouldn't say it would have
What
been
if Black Lives Matter had
because the
come
name
up-
was changed.
What
Yeah.
if they had come up with All Lives Matter first?
Oh, they couldn't do that.
They're not, okay, this will sound bad, but they are not that smart.
Don't be racist.
Well, the
A
problem...
rose by any other name, smells as sweet. So,
Yeah.
by them changing their name, that would have just taken away basically one argument away from the whole conversation. Which honestly, it's kind of a null argument anyway. Like, oh, Black Lives Matter. Oh, well, you're saying only Black Lives Matter. Like, yeah, I get it. I get the logical fallacy behind it. But in the long run, compared to the actions that they're taking and the positions and policies and segregation, all this other stuff that they preach, that's way more dangerous than your name sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Well,
But
yeah,
does
I
it
agree.
really matter?
What I'm saying is they don't seem to care too much about the optics of their situation.
They
Oh,
don't.
no, of course.
I mean, when's the last time you heard about Black Lives Matter doing a big old canned food drive?
Yeah.
When have they collected toys for underprivileged children?
No, man, you don't understand.
That's the
bro.
white
media
folks'
just
job.
doesn't show that. It happens. The media just doesn't show that, bro. They don't want to. They don't want to see people getting together.
Despite that media being the same one that
Sure.
preaches every single good thing that everybody does.
You get my text? Well,
What the hell?
You know,
You guys ever notice
where-
how everybody blames the media? Black people blame the media for shit. White people blame the media for shit.
okay, all of my family is home now, so I'm
And
going
all,
to leave.
Okay.
You know what I mean? All
Okay.
races and middle class, lower class, or whatever. Everyone's.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you
Thanks for
later.
popping in.
You gotta go get.
Bye, 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 bye,
Have a
bye,
good
bye.
evening.
Bye.
Sleep well. Think of me.
Yeah, see the.
For some strange reason, this has stopped.
Let's be honest though about the media. A lot of the
that's
flack they get is flack that they deserve.
Yeah.
Of course.
I have
But
to
that's what I'm
agree.
saying. Have you ever noticed how everybody, regardless of race, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, the media fucking lies to me. But have you also, that's a true statement. it's not a racial thing. It's not just like, oh,
Yeah,
white people
no,
struggle
it's
or
not.
whatever. It's everybody.
No,
Have you
the
ever-
media has an agenda, and they will lie to whoever they have to get it out there.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anybody like reach across racial aisle or whatever and been like, hey, as it turns out, all of this stuff is perpetrated. My side, your side, everybody's side. As it actually turns out, you know, it's us versus them.
Yep.
In a sense, I guess. Not us versus each other.
Right.
All right, everybody, I would like to turn your attention to the live chat. Ren has posted a PayPal link. This PayPal link belongs to a friend of mine and fellow shitlord named Magnus Deacon. Magnus Deacon is an owner operator, truck driver, and he recently got hit with a $12,000 repair bill on his big rig. This can often sink lots of owner-operators, and in fact, it is sort of trying to sink him, as the company is withholding his checks until he can either come up with $3,000 for a loan or $12,000 for the repairs. We are trying to reach a $3,000 goal, so please, any amount that you can donate by clicking on that PayPal link gets Magnus closer and closer to that $3,000 so he can qualify for the loan to cover his repairs so he can start getting paychecks in the positive again. Anything you can do helps. And remember, truckers deliver your needs every day. This is your one chance to give back by helping one who's in need.
Pretty much the backbone of the economy, in all honesty.
Yep.
Yeah, if people don't have truckers, or if they don't have anybody or anything transporting, they don't have those goods.
Exactly.
Yeah, they can't just airdrop in like a shipment of like Doritos to your local Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yep. Doesn't work that way.
Why do you think you always see all those trucks coming and leaving the cities and stuff? Coming and leaving like all those parking lots and everything. What are they doing? They're dropping everything off.
Yep.
Nah, they're all empty. It's part of what was that thing they said that they had like with the Walmarts? They were emptying out Walmarts and turning them into like military bases or some shit like that. You guys remember that? Yeah, it was like down in like Florida and Texas and all this stuff. It's like supposed to be some secret military government project. It was just like essentially like urban training. What's that called? Really? I've never heard of this.
No.
It's not that long ago.
I've heard of it, but I have my mic off because I'm in the middle of a coughing fit.
What is it called?
I have no idea. Jesse Ventura covered it, I believe. Something to do with FEMA.
Yeah.
Well.
Well, anyway, I mean, if no one's heard of it, then never mind.
Hey, don't be a wuss. Don't do it.
Don't be that person.
I have heard of it. It's just I'm in the middle of a coughing fit here.
Yeah.
So I'm killing my mic from time to time.
Are we going over Harvey Weinstein next?
I don't know if we are. Do we dare?
Sure, why not?
Alright, let's see if we can do this.
Well, you know where I stand on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not so much Weinstein, but the hashtag #MeToo.
Yeah, that bullcrap. Oh, The Guardian. The great source of cancer on the internet next to, you know, everyday feminism. Alright, let's see. What do they have to say about this bastard? Alright, here we go. Harvey Weinstein, huh?
I heard he did a week. His what was it? His reforming himself. He went away to his little sex assault retreat for a week, and now he's cured.
Right, because you know all it takes is 1 week to cure you from any sort of addiction.
Yeah, but electroshock therapy doesn't work on the gays, guys.
You know what? I have the perfect solution for him. You put a collar on him that only somebody else can take off with a special key or a lock. And every time it registers an erection, he gets a shock.
Some people pay extra. It might just make the problem worse. Yeah, he might like it.
Yeah, that's true. He might like it. Some people are in for that stuff. Some people are in for that stuff. Okay, Harvey Weinstein. A list of the women who have accused him. A growing number of actors and others in the film industry have made accusations against the Hollywood film producer. You know, the first time I saw her like that, I couldn't believe that was Rose McGowan. I was like, what the fuck happened to her hair? Seriously. More than 50 women have made allegations against Harvey Weinstein, and the number continues to grow each day. Among the Hollywood mogul's accusers are household names who are still looking to establish themselves when the alleged offenses took place. Below are some of the allegations made public so far. The Italian actor Asia Argento alleges that Weinstein raped her when she was 21. She told The New Yorker she had been invited to what she thought was a party in his Hotel du Cap Eden Rock room near Cannes, but found herself alone with him. He changed into a bathroom and asked her to give him a massage. She said she had reluctantly agreed, but that he pulled her skirt up and forcibly performed oral sex on her. She said she felt guilty about what she described as horrible trauma and for not fighting him off. You could have kicked him in the fucking face. She later went on to have consensual relations with him, which she described to the magazine as one-sided and onistic because she believed he would ruin her career if she didn't comply. After the rape, he won. In other words, she was having sex under duress with his ass out of fear that she would lose her stature as an actress.
Yeah, but women let Donald Trump grab their vaginas, so that's what's really wrong with society. Checkmate, Nazis.
Alright, the British actor Lisette Anthony says she was raped by Weinstein in her London home in the 1980s. Anthony, who currently appears in the Channel 4 soap Hollyoaks, has given an interview to the Sunday Times describing the attack that left her feeling disgusted and embarrassed. She first met the producer in 1982 after being cast in the film Krull. Oh God, I remember that movie.
I'm sorry,
What?
I'm sorry, but the only thing that went through my mind when you said she was disgusted was that one GIF or clip or whatever that says, "I am disgusted."
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally all that went through my mind.
I remember the movie Krull. It was a number of years later, Anthony alleges that Weinstein rang her doorbell. He pushed me inside and ran me up against the coat rack in my tiny hall. It started fumbling at my gown. He was trying to kiss me and shove inside me. It was disgusting. Unable to push him away, she continues, I finally gave up. At least I was able to stop him kissing me. Yeah, you were able to stop him kissing you by letting him fuck you.
Oh.
Really?
Well,
this is disgusting.
Here's my issue with this whole thing, and by no means am I like disqualifying like rape or anything like that, because it's actually one of the things I really fucking like despise. Is like just it really gets me in the feels, right? I just hate it, especially when it fucking happens to kids. That's the worst. So keep that in mind when I explain to you that the way I feel about this whole thing, about all these women now just jumping on the board and saying, oh yeah, he raped me 20 years ago. While I want to feel bad for them that they went through that act, I honestly don't. I actually hold a lot of contempt for these women because had they spoken up 20 years ago when it happened, imagine all the people that would have been saved from this guy raping them.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point.
Yep.
That's why I'm annoyed with that hashtag #MeToo horse shit. And I would love to see that replaced by a hashtag not I. Like
I wasn't raped, but he's still a piece of shit.
No, better than that. Did you wait 20 years until it was, politically expedient and good for your career, for your slumping career, to raise your profile by accusing someone of rape? Not I.
Let me see.
You would not imagine the amount of people that I've seen do that, and I'll be honest. Like recently, I've seen somebody on Twitter or YouTube or something. This girl do that, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep bringing this up because it benefits. It makes me look.
I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to hear this, but this is right up the alley of what Mitch is talking about. Let me see if I can get this thing to play.
Yesterday, a young female University of Nevada, Las Vegas student.
Can you guys hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Was abducted and raped by a kidnapper. This horrific story of a young woman on campus being taken advantage of happens way too much. And yet I'm looked at funny for having the audacity to believe that a woman should have the right to choose how to defend herself and where she defends herself. When the opportunity presented itself, she took his gun and fled. Why couldn't it have been her gun? The important part of the story is that the woman knew the only way that she would have a fighting chance against this guy was to grab his gun. Why is it schools continue to keep people like me from grabbing our guns? Women like me. No more hashtag me too. It's time for a culture that embraces hashtag not me.
Right up the alley?
Very much so, actually. Part of my issue is that these women who are coming out, 20, 50, 100 fucking years later, they're going to be hailed as some kind of a fucking hero. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I understand there's a trauma involved. I understand all that, okay?
Yeah.
And I actually do have a different rule when it comes to children. If children are holding back on something like that after 20 years, that's understandable. It happened as a kid. The coping mechanism is different. But these are adults. They were adults then, presumably.
Yeah.
According to all the testimony that I've seen.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna take some kind of a settlement, like Rose McGowan did.
Yeah.
Basically hush money.
Oh yeah.
And then wait 20 years until it's politically expedient, and she needs to up her profile to make a whole bunch of noise about it.
Right.
That's not very fucking heroic, is it? No, what's heroic is when you're in that trauma at that moment and you say, fuck this, I'm calling the police.
Yeah, I agree. Just like she said, instead of me too, how about not me?
Yeah.
Instead of being a victim, defend yourself.
Yes.
Encourage defending yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That too, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Encourage defending other people. Encourage defending people even if you haven't had to. What do these people not get?
The sad lesson that little girls are actually going to learn from this, or younger women or anything like that, just people in general, the actual lesson that they're learning is that if you get raped tomorrow, it's okay as long as you get a movie deal. And you get movie deals for 20 years and you become a giant mega millionaire. And all you've done is act for your living and you had glitz and glamour. Because in 20 years or whenever you want, you can just say, oh, they raped you. And people will then even still feel sorry for you. Even if you didn't do anything. Like,
I don't feel pity for any of these people.
You cannot speak out and be the winner in this situation. That's the lesson I'm learning from this.
Well, I mean, the problem is in this newest wave of feminism, whether it's the 3rd, 4th, 6th, 10th, 172nd, the message is the same. Women are supposed to be meek. Women are supposed to be the fucking victims. Women are supposed to be, not able to defend themselves, and it's everybody else's fault if, this, that, or the other happens to them. As a woman, I have 2 words to say. Fuck that.
Well, yeah, this very much mirrors an interview that Rush Limbaugh did on the Phil Donahue show back in the 80s. Or it might be the early 90s. But that was when the whole, it's a Supreme Court Justice now, Clarence Thomas. When Justice Clarence Thomas was accused of sexual harassment by Anita Hill.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh went out and pointed out, these feminists are a joke. They keep bouncing around saying that, women are ready to be at war, they're ready to be on the front lines, they're ready to be the pilots in the fighter planes, and all this stuff. But the second someone says hubba bubba, they go crying and screaming sexual harassment.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
This is the same thing. We're constantly told women are strong, women are empowered. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to say this again. Empowerment comes from without. Being powerful comes from within. If you're empowered, you're inherently weak. Anyway, we're told how strong women are, and yet here we are again. I couldn't do anything for 20 years because I was scared I wouldn't get a part in the next movie. Well, fuck that.
Yeah.
Maybe some integrity would have gone a long way too.
Yeah.
What's more important, your safety or your dignity?
Exactly.
My question is when did, like, not giving birth to, like, you know, having a family of 3, when was that something that was classified as a weakness?
Third wave.
Not a woman being strong.
I don't know. That came about with the same woman that put forth the clinics, the family planning clinics.
Margaret Sanger.
Yeah, her. Because she wants the destruction of the nuclear family, which means no more homebodies. You know, no more housewives, no more stay-at-home moms, because she thinks for some strange reason that's a blight on feminism, when feminism is supposed to be a freedom of choice. If they choose to be at home and raise their families, then fine. Let them stay at home and raise their families. You don't see housewives standing on corners handing out pamphlets, yelling at the women who are working, saying you should be home doing dishes and washing clothes and tending to your children. They're at home, taking care of their fucking business and minding their own business at the same damn time.
They're doing more than these people are, yelling on the streets and not doing a darn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's for damn sure. But back to the Harvey Weinstein thing, is, I don't know if the man's guilty or not. I don't know if the man's guilty. I do know that after 25, 30, 260 years, there's no physical evidence anymore. It's all hearsay.
Yeah. Just like Cosby.
What are we hoping to accomplish here?
It's just like Cosby.
Physical evidence. Yeah, it is. It's just like Cosby. Give me the physical evidence.
Yeah.
I mean,
they got him on tape, don't they?
I don't know.
They have one taped thing of him admitting of fondling somebody. One.
I mean, like, ultimately, like, I get you on the evidence and stuff, and like on a real, like, just like how, you know, I'm real about, you know, the women. I feel sorry for women who get raped and stuff, but I feel nothing but contempt for these women who held it back for 20 years just so they could get fucking money out of it.
Yeah.
Like, when it comes to Harvey Weinstein, like, I personally don't doubt that he, like, didn't do this stuff. Like, if you were to ask me, I would just be like, yeah, he's a total creep and he does this shit, and he probably does a lot more that they're not even fucking telling you.
He's a total,
probably.
He's a total sleaze.
However, in a court of law, yeah, there's probably very little evidence. Even just him admitting it might not even be enough to, like, you know, have any severe consequences on him or whatsoever. But with all that being said, and being completely fair, I'm going to be honest here. I want to see Hollywood burn to the ground, so I am stoking the fucking flames of this these Hollywood sex scandals on this shit, because I know, and you know, I don't need a court of law to tell me this or whatever, but I know the shit that goes on in Hollywood is seedy as fuck. I know that there's probably people out there that fuck kids. I know there's all types of really corrupt.
Well, yeah, Corey Haim came out and said as much.
Yeah.
But also, what are people thinking that everyone means when they say it's a dirty business?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
What do they think that means? That, like, hey, you know, I'll wash your car if you give me a part in your movie. Is that what people think's going on? Bullshit.
I mean,
it's dirty. I just saw 2 robots blow each other up on the screen that I paid $20 for.
It's a lot of blowjobs and ass fucking that's going on.
A lot of casting couches.
Yes.
You know,
but, you know, in the case of Weinstein, if he's guilty, I want him to hang.
Yeah, and then you have people like BuzzFeed feminists lamenting that Harvey Weinstein only raped white women. Because they have to make everything about race. Oh, BuzzFeed, you never fail to deliver.
So does that make him racist, or like, is he, like, okay, so I don't get it now, explain to me.
So does that mean he's pro-black woman or anti-black woman?
I don't know.
Exactly, because that's all that matters, right?
Or does that mean he's racist because he's not an equal opportunity woman fucker?
That's
raper.
what I'm saying. Is he equal? Is he not an equal opportunity? So therefore, he's like oppressing them by not giving them the chance.
Yeah.
Or is he pro-black because he never raped any?
Yeah. Let's start a fucking chant that rhymes badly and has no rhythm to it.
Yeah.
About how there needs to be equal representation in rape.
And then you have S. Brewer in the live chat saying there are much bigger monsters in Hollywood than Harvey Weinstein.
Okay, I'm just listening to this right now. Equal representation. Or do they realize what they're saying anymore, or?
No, they don't realize what they're saying.
Rape diversity quotas.
Well, it's like S. Brewer said in the live chat, there are much bigger monsters in Hollywood than Harvey Weinstein. And then Hypnagogic Monk, maybe the black chicks like the potato cock.
Can you believe that Harvey Weinstein only got his dick sucked by white women for movie roles? How does he know that I wouldn't have sucked his dick for a movie role?
Right? Because they gotta feel included.
Oh, oh, it's cause I'm black. I don't want to suck your dick and get a movie role. Like, do these people
what's really
understand
going
what they're
on?
telling you?
No,
when
they don't.
Make these comments like, holy shit.
With
You
this
know they don't.
BuzzFeed shit, I'll tell you exactly what's happening here. They're trying to have that self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
They're trying to say that everything is racist. They're trying to say that every white man is a rapist. And they're going to keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until something like this happens. Well, they're not raping enough black women.
Yep.
These racist white men are not raping enough black women. And they're kind of like trying to create this monster that they say already exists.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the best part about the whole irony of it in my mind is like it sums up in this picture right here. Like, what this lady is saying and what BuzzFeed is all about and all this other stuff is literally perpetrated and created by people like Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is literally the story of Frankenstein's monster. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton's monster, I agree.
Hillary Clinton's monster, what, though? That's the question.
Well, there's a Chelsea joke in there somewhere, but I'm not.
We
I'm
do
not
not
exactly excited
dare
to dig it
go
up.
in that direction. No.
Well, it is kind of fair to go after her because the media keeps trying to make her a thing.
Yeah. True.
You know, in 6 weeks they're going to say that she bought 12 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. Like that's an accomplishment.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. It's like now they're not feeling included on being raped and sexually harassed. Be happy you weren't. I mean, I wouldn't want to wish that on anybody.
It really is that stupid out there.
People are really that stupid out there.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. You are absolutely right.
I mean, it's not confined to entertainment media or news media or social media. It's fucking everywhere.
It is. And I mean, it's like I've
workplace.
I've been a victim of both, and I wouldn't wish that on anyone at all. I mean, one of them was by a police officer. 4 years he delayed this fucking trial, and then when it came to court, because it was so damn many years ago, nobody thought that we would remember any details. You should have seen the look on the jury when I could still, aisle by aisle, describe the convenience store that I worked in.
Oh yeah. This didn't happen, but yeah, it's pretty freaking disgusting.
It is. And for these people to say, well, he only raped white women, and maybe maybe there's something. No, be glad you weren't one. Be glad you weren't one. Because the recovery from that shit is brutal.
And again, that's another reason that if he's guilty, I want him to hang. But, it would have been nice if someone had done something to collect, turn over, or report a crime and gather all the evidence and stuff 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
That's why this shit is so shifty. It's like they find a guy who's got a lot of money. Cosby was a guy who had a lot of money. Weinstein's a guy who's got a lot of money. And they try to throw all this stuff at them, either rightly or wrongly. The timing of it is, what's the word?
Horrendous?
Yeah.
No, it's, not profiteering, it's, God damn it.
Racketeering?
No.
Rocketeer?
Oh, God, I hate it when I lose a word.
Me too. But you know what?
Lopez.
Well, our buddy Monk also said this is fucking Hollywood. None of it matters. This is the domain they built and they wanted and they want to be a part of.
To some degree, yes. It's a case of it's a case of what you're willing to give and what you're willing to receive.
It's like when
they received a little too much.
Well, it's like in the dude. I can't keep forgetting the actors.
One lady went back for more.
Yeah.
She admitted as much.
She admitted that, hey, I went and I was in a relationship with this guy for however long, so
yeah,
so much relevancy that has.
I mean, I'm sorry. My dignity, my pride, and my sanity are more important than, you know, a part in a movie, a role in a television show, you know, a record deal. It's more important than that.
Yeah, it's. I will ask the question once again, but I'm going to rephrase it. What's the bigger thing? What's the bigger thing for you? Your dignity and your sanity, and your safety, or your popularity?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, for some people, it is popularity. I mean, look at all the virtues.
They'll risk anything for popularity, and that's disgusting.
It is.
Yes.
You know what's kind of funny about this also?
What?
You know how like back in the day or whatever, like one of the arguments, like, is, and even Alex Jones still does it today. He's like, oh, look at Hollywood, it's Satan incarnate, you know what I mean? Like, this stuff strays you away from God, and all it is just drugs and sex and debauchery and pedophilia and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, everybody on the left was like, oh, you guys are fucking crazy, you people and your God and your Bible and stuff. And now we're like current year, and like this shit is happening.
Yeah.
What'd they tell you? What did they tell you, huh?
A little ironic to say.
It's pretty ironic because you know people will preach like, oh, we know right, we know all, and then this happens.
Let's be honest though. I mean, the Catholic Church was involved in some pretty heavy conspiracy.
Oh yeah.
Right.
To commit and cover up crime.
No, it's like
does that mean that it's every single sect of Christianity? Because I'm going to be honest with you, Mitch. There are a lot of sections of Christianity. It's not just Catholicism, and Catholicism.
Oh, I know that.
I will freely admit that Catholicism is quite disgusting. Even I don't like Catholicism.
Well, it's like my mom was. She was raised Catholic. She's not. She doesn't go to church anymore. Hasn't in over, I don't know, over 30 years. I guess, if I had to take a guess. And she said there was a monastery and a convent on the island of Cuba. And when they finally closed down the convent and they went to tear it down, there were aborted fetuses in the hollow of the walls.
Well, yeah, see, the reason I brought up the Catholic Church is because that's the one that made the news. That's the one that got caught, really badly got caught. And yet there were no criminal conspiracy charges filed.
Yeah.
And we have to start asking why.
Yeah.
With this thing with Harvey Weinstein,
when there's actual like evidence and stuff, and they're not caught and they're not you know, convicted of stuff. There's no the difference is there's no evidence in this
that's
one.
just it with
There's evidence in the other one. In the other case, Catholicism, and you know, in Cuba, they're being like aborted children in the walls, and that's something we found out.
We don't have legal jurisdiction in Cuba.
No, but it's still horrific.
And that's your first problem. They're bringing that up is
even though
they don't have that.
Harvey, like, let's be fair. Regardless of evidence, like, it'd have to be like he literally killed somebody. Anything less than that, like, no matter what the evidence is, they could find semen on somebody's dress and be like, oh, we found it, it's Harvey's or whatever. Ain't nothing happening to this dude.
Yeah.
Like, can we just be real about this?
Yeah.
We don't live in an equal and just society. We've already found that out over the last year. Yeah. Anybody who's forgotten that, I feel bad for you.
He who has the gold makes the rules. He who has the gold makes the rules. Period. And if you don't know that, you've either been living under a rock or you're woefully naive. You know, and S. Brewer says the most ravaging thing that ever happened to God is organized religion. And I'm going to misquote Bob Marley here because I think he said something to the effect of, the problem with spirituality is organized religion.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's true.
There's a reason that I don't organize myself and that the church I'm in is not very literally organized. But the thing for me is like, you don't demand something of people and say, this is absolute. I remember my old pastor once said, the best thing you can say to someone, aside from just giving them a cryptic answer or something religiously, the best thing you can say to someone to know that they'll trust you and for you to trust them, the best thing you can say to somebody is, honestly, I don't know.
Yep.
When you don't know, the best thing you can say to somebody is, I don't know. Yeah.
That's the basis of philosophy.
That's not religion. That's any cake.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, religion was essentially like pre-philosophy or whatever, but
Yeah.
admitting you don't know is literally how philosophy started. Was when Socrates said, "The only thing that I know is that I don't know."
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is, and that's pretty much how I live my life. And that's the only reason that I continually say, like, I'm sick of people, you know, like, constantly being like, poo-poo this.
It's like when I homeschool.
Because it's a constant thing for me. It's like I constantly gotta hear that, and I'm like, you think I'm not sick of hearing this? Do you not think I'm sick of hearing people on the religious and the anti-religious side? Or
Yeah.
do you think
what I'm sick of? Is it my turn to express my problems, and everyone's gonna falsely like sympathize with them because we're what are we just going in a circle now?
Yeah.
Yeah, circle jerk.
Mm-hmm. It was like
Everyone grab the crotch to your left.
it's like when it's like when I used to homeschool my son every once in a while because you know
don't accuse me of circle jerking.
Yep.
I'll never do that.
as a homeschool mom.
I'm never nice to people.
Yeah.
About that.
I mean, as a homeschool mom, inevitably every once in a while there would be something that I couldn't answer that wasn't in the book that he couldn't find the answers for, and he would ask me. He goes, "Mom, do you know about this?" And I'd look at him and go, "No, but we have an encyclopedia and we have the internet. Let's see if we can figure it out together."
Right.
You know, and that's what more people have to do. Too many people nowadays, and I know I'm going to misquote this damn phrase, but too many people nowadays are believing everything they see and hear when you only should believe only half of what you hear and none of what you see.
Well, there's another pattern to that. I've noticed that most people believe the first thing they hear and treat everything else as an excuse.
Yeah.
Some people just selectively hear what makes them feel better.
Yes.
That too.
That's true as well.
You know, we don't. The main failing of our education system is we do not teach. We actually actively do the opposite and dissuade them from free thinking. We don't teach.
Yeah.
Yes, George Carlin put it best. George Carlin put it best. It's not important to teach a kid to read. It's important to teach a kid to question what they read.
Yeah.
He also said that the problem in our schools is that we're not teaching them how to think. We're teaching them what to think.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hell, we don't even teach them how to fucking
but you
read,
also
really.
have to.
It's how to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when I got fleeced by the University of Phoenix, and let me tell you, that was a fleecing that I am never going to go back and be fleeced with again. The very first now it's kind of sad. You're paying, believe it or not, $1,200 per course per 12 weeks or some shit like that. I can't remember now. It's been so long. But first course, critical thinking. Second course, ethics and business. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay. I'm sitting here for the first course and I'm like, so you're going to teach me how to do something I already know how to do. This is a waste of my money. Can I just skip to the next course? See, I already know how to think critically. I'm not airheaded. I don't believe everything that I read. You know, and for a university that is for profit, because they tell you they're for profit. That's no precedent. You know, they don't hide that there. For their first course, $1,200 course to be critical thinking. That's sad.
That's actually could make a decent proposal to like education reform. I mean, like if you get to college, you know, obviously you have like your basic set curriculum. Like you need to know this before you need to know X, Y, Z, you know, before you actually get your degree or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So in case of like you with critical thinking, like what if colleges offered up at the first day or even before you even went into the first day of like a series of lessons, they offered you up a test, and if you passed the test, you could just then advance past the class onto the next lesson.
Yeah. That would make more
It
sense.
would save you money. It would save like space in the schools or whatever, which I don't think they care about because they just want the money, right? But
yeah.
Okay, what were we saying about circle jerking 2 minutes ago?
Hey,
I am not even kidding. I wish I was.
2 hands, both of them are empty. All I'm saying is just like stick something in them and we'll fucking go to town.
No, thank you. I would rather not at this point.
Well, it's like that's another problem. Is that one of the mothers that I talked to in the homeschool co-op? She was actually I think a professor. No, she was a counselor
for a college. I can't remember which one it was. And she said that 9 times out of 10, the freshman students coming in wind up coming into her office because they're in absolute shock about how radically different the college environment is from high school. When, what are you told in high school? This is to prepare you for what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. This is to prepare you for college. Wait,
Yeah.
this is college? What?
Yeah.
This is college. And then, see, the only reason that I feel like I'm in this chat is just to make sure that your egos are kept in check. I swear, I'm getting suffocated over here.
Oh, hush.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe with the two of you.
But I mean,
I can breathe for this, but
I went to high school. I mean,
dude.
It's like I graduated high school, and then I went from high school to community college, and I had that fucking culture shock. I was like, okay, this is nothing like high school. And high school was supposed to prepare me for this. How the fuck am I supposed to... Alright, I'll wing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I was not that surprised, other than... I was not that surprised because of, like, seeing all these people like, oh, college is just stupid, blah, 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 this isn't gonna happen. I mean, like, I wasn't... I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't that shocked the opinions and stuff that I ran into.
Yeah.
Well, I really wasn't. The thing I was shocked about it was that... No, the thing that I was shocked about was that I had a bunch of Republicans in my class rather than Democrats.
Oh, I had... Well, there was one funny moment, because we went in, I had to take a political science... I hated... They said, you need to take this political science class. Okay, I'll get out of the way. Fine, I'll take the class. So, first day of school, first day of class, we get there, and this lady walks in. This guy walks in with a pudge in the middle, Bermuda shorts. He basically looked like a Hawaiian tourist. All he needed was the camera around his neck and the straw hat. I swear to God, that's all he needed. Okay? The class was too big for the professor, so they cut it in half, and I got put in the second half. So here we are waiting for the professor to show up for our class. Hey, stray Sith male. And believe it or not, we went from Hawaiian tourist to somebody that looked like Tommy Lee Jones. From the movies. Tommy from the movies. And I'm like, God damn, we went from tourist to the fugitive. And all I had to do was get allocated to another classroom. What the hell? And, you know, there was just... somebody sitting behind me goes, okay, we went from possibly a relaxed political science class to, oh God, I think we're going to be in trouble.
Right on.
You know? Look up Tree. Oh, see, I stopped watching Tree because after that whole row between Tree of Logic and some black guy, and I watched the video she did on some black guy, I sort of unsubscribed. Oh, and she blocked me on Twitter. That's a whole other thing. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. So we have been at this for 2.5 hours, and my stream has not gone kaput. So I am going to call this a success. Thank God.
You're welcome.
You weren't even here for 80% of it. Both of you were not here for 80% of it. You can. Okay.
Right?
That's just how much I bring to the table. I offset the
Alright, let me see here.
Purposeful, I'm going to come up to wherever you live.
That's funny. And you work with Lopez. Okay.
Love it.
Well, to you guys, I say good evening. And see you guys on the next one. And thank you very much for making this a successful stream. And one more time, I love my new computer.
Lopez.
Okay, let's see here. Oh my God.
Now I do.
That worked. I love you guys. Never change. Oh, God. It's the outro music that you're talking all over.